Look at us up on Doc Real TV.
Hello and welcome to another exciting Doc View tutorial. This is Doc Real coming to you from Doc Real TV. I have a tutorial that I've seen a few people have a few complications with, especially me, for instance. This is something that I looked all over the web for and didn't find a video. It has to do with the audio hardware in Adobe Audition, and specifically not being able to play back tracks. So I figured I'd put this video out there for anybody looking for a solution to this problem. And to start out, generally what happens is people will put in a file from either Adobe Premiere Pro or import a file from a WAV file or any type of audio, and they go to push the playback button in the transport bar, and you go to push the playback, it just stalls out, or it says playing in the bottom left corner and nothing is happening. So what this generally is a audio hardware issue. They're basic encoders like Core Audio. If you're with Mac, we have a Core Audio encoder, and there's updates like what I've been told for Windows is that there's different audio encoders that you can use. But first, I'd say you want to check and make sure the audio hardware itself is actually set properly. And to do so, what you need to do is go into Preferences. And when you go into Preferences, go into Audio Hardware like you see where I'm at now. And then once you're in the audio hardware, you want to go into the settings. Now, what I noticed when I looked at the settings is because I'm using an external USB mixer, my settings aren't easy to adjust. Just like if you're using the Mbox 2 or any of the Avid software, you don't really have settings to adjust in the audio device, audio MIDI setup device. But when you're in the audio section, audio MIDI setup device, you'll notice that these two are ready, which are my USB audio codecs, but at the same time, I wasn't getting any playback. Part of the reason is you have to go down to After Effects itself or Premiere Pro or any of these and look at the audio codecs that are set for it. Now, for instance, in the Premiere Pro, in this Adobe After Effects 10.5 setup, you see I went ahead and checked the USB audio codec and the USB audio codec ins and out, both of them. So there's 2 channels in and there's 2 channels out. So I checked them to make sure that they were in there, and supposedly, I don't know why resample was already checked, but we'll let that be checked. You need to do the same thing in Premiere Pro if you want the audio to play, export it from Premiere Pro, or even sometimes in Premiere Pro, you want it to play the actual device that it's supposed to be using. So therefore, you go and click on the audio codec, and you double check the configuration to make sure it makes a sound. That's the left speaker. That's the right speaker. I'm only using stereo right now. I could use multi-channel, but because I'm using a mixer, the mixer handles all the multi-channel effects for me. Let's go back to stereo. And then you want to go down to the actual devices and make sure that they don't have any other selections. In this particular case, I ended up trying to configure the speakers a couple of times and it didn't work. Let's see if they work now. Looks fine to me. So once you've already set these, you go ahead and close the audio MIDI setup, which I'll go ahead and quit it. And then you go back into Preferences, and you go ahead and adjust to the codec that you need or the actual audio device that you need to use. Once you've adjusted to what you need to use, you want to close your Preferences. Then you want to go ahead and quit Audition. While you're doing that, you're allowing Audition to reset. You go ahead and reopen Audition, and when you open Audition, you're going to want to go ahead and import a new file. So let's go ahead and bring a new file in here. Uh-oh, that's right. This is not the file. the file viewer. So we'll just open something recent, Journey MP4. This is the file I was actually having problems playing. And when it loaded, what would happen is, like I said before, you press the play button down here on the transport bar, and it would blink at you. And down here in the lower left-hand corner where it says Read QuickTime Completed, it just says play or resampling to the sample rate, and it's not even playing at all. So let's see if it plays.
Look at us up on Doc Rio TV.
And you heard it there first. So we know that it plays and we know that it works. That's Doc Rio here doing the first tutorial of the series. First, how to get your audio hardware working for Adobe Audition. So that's the first tutorial of the Audition tutorial series. I hope that helps you guys out there. If you got any questions, comments, feel free to post them below, or feel free to send me an email at mareo@docreo.com. That's mario@docreo.com. Just remember the Rio, R-E-O. This is Doc Rio for Doc Rio TV, signing off for this audition tutorial.
Push button, baby. Doc Rio TV.